electricity company, the Northern Electricity Distribution Company, NEDCo, has uncovered a sophisticated illegal power connection at Da Dingbe Suite, a hotel in Tamale, raising serious concerns about energy theft in the region. The hotel boasts of over 20 air-conditioned rooms, had been under surveillance by NEDCo officials following unusual pattern in its electricity consumption. That's why the heavy power demand typically associated with such facilities. The hotel was reportedly consuming electricity valued at just 1 Ghana cedis at a point, an anomaly that triggered a deep investigation. According to NEDCo, the discrepancy between the hotel's recorded surge and actual power being drawn from the transformer confirmed their suspicion of tampering. We engaged the public relations officer of NEDCo shortly, but first, let me bring you this report from Martina Bugre.
Authorities of NEDCo have described the power theft at the Dadingbe suite as a more complex form of power theft it has uncovered. 50% of NEDCo's losses is in the northern sector, and 70% of that loss is found in the Tamale metropolis. NEDCo continues to raise concerns over illegal connections in the area. Speaking to the media, the corporate communications manager of NEDCo, Maxwell Kutuka, said the hotel had buried the cables tapping the power from the transformer, but also designed a complex switch over where they are able to steal power on without being noticed.
An alternate connection to your generator. You switch over to the genset when you are sourcing power from the genset, and then you switch back to the grid when you are on the grid. In this case, it is on the grid when they have mercy on us, and then when they decide to do their own thing, presumably during the peak hours, then they switch to their own sub-generation, which is a sub-distribution, which is illegal. And it is very important to acknowledge that as they do all this, we observed over time that they were not buying power. There were instances where within a whole week, whatever they bought was some pittance, 500 cedis or less. Meanwhile, we are aware of the quantum of power that gets to the place. And so our technical team and commercial teams had been observing over time and detected that there were even instances where this huge building was consuming 1 CD of power. We have been monitoring for a while. It's been over weeks, but we just needed to be sure what exactly was happening because it was beating everybody's imagination how a structure like this with this number of air conditioners would be consuming, in some cases, 1 CD a night.
Mr. Kutuka said the matter had been reported to the police for the law to take its course. He said the hotel was also stealing power for its construction works on an adjoining facility.
On the other side of the building, there's some significant construction work going on. It will entail the cutting of concrete and breaking of walls to be able to insert their pipes and to fix their cables. Naturally, that is not done with manpower. The police will carry the matter through from there. Investigations will continue, and we will work along with you throughout. It is our expectation that the law will be followed to the letter.
The incident adds to growing list of power theft cases in the region as NEDCo intensify efforts to clamp down on illegal connection and ensure fairness in energy distribution. Now, let me bring in Mr. Maxwell Kutuka. He's the Public Relations Officer of NEDCo in the Northern region. Mr. Kutuka, good afternoon. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying your holiday. And if you can unmute for me.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Kutuka, and happy Easter Monday to you.
Good afternoon, and same to you, my brother.
Right. So, as I understand it, 50% of as I understand it, 50% of NEDCo loss is coming from the northern sector, and 70% from the Tamale, meaning illegal connection is quite prevalent in the northern region.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and like you wished me, let me also wish you and your viewers a happy Easter.
Thank you.
Permit me to underline a few things before I proceed to answer the question. You erroneously referred to me as the public relations officer. I actually occupy the position of manager corporate communications.
Thank you very much for the correction.
Thank you too. That out of the way, let me also explain the issue about the percentages. I think it's getting a little confusing. What really happens is that NEDCo's operations are broken into 5 operational areas, 5 key operational areas, one of which is referred to as the northern area. Now, the northern area spans beyond just the geographical northern region. And so it goes beyond Tamale, it takes care of some parts of the Savannah region and also strays all the way into Oti, some parts of Oti. So let's just clarify that. Now, what we are saying is that the northern area, the power that gets to northern area, 46% of it is lost. We lose 46% of the power that goes to northern area.
Almost half.
Now, very well, very well. Now, when we look at the global picture of NEDCo's losses, then the northern area's contribution to that global picture is 51%. So what gets to northern area, they lose 46% of. But what gets to NEDCo in general, northern area accounts for 51% of the losses that are registered there.
Okay.
Now, 70% has been banded here and there, and in some reportage, it has been erroneously attributed to the Honorable Minister. Let me use this opportunity to clarify it. At no point did he say that northern area steals 70% of power. But the truth is this, 51% of NEDCo's global losses are attributable to the northern area, which is Tamale plus more.
Right.
But also, what the Honorable Minister said was the ACCT, that is the aggregate commercial collection and technical losses. So at this point, we have added technical losses, we have added commercial losses.
Right.
And so that is where it gets to 70%. And collection losses as well. Collection losses will refer to that which has been accounted for, has been billed, but we are unable to collect the money for. So they are in receivables. So the 70% is not only about theft. So let me use the opportunity to clarify that. Having clarified that, if you permit me now, let me address the issue about the sophisticated nature of the theft now.
Yes, please go on.
So it is true that I'm all ears.
Yeah, please go on. I'm listening.
Okay.
I want to understand the issue about the theft and how it's done. The theft is graduated now, and it's gone beyond the handshake. So at this point, it is no longer. It's gone beyond the elbow. So at this point, it's no longer a handshake. For instance, the Dadingbe incident, as you heard in the reportage, it was a deliberately constructed infrastructure aimed at defeating the payment of bills. And so at that point, it's difficult, if possible at all, to say that it was a mistake. For now, we have given the bills to the owner. The owner has made his case that, well, it was done by one of his officials on his blind side, and so on and so forth. But the matter is with the police, and so... It was done by an official of the hotel? Is that what the owner is saying?
It would seem so, because he said it was done by somebody who did it on his blind side. He was paying the person, but the person was not delivering the money.
And is it possible that some of your workers may be involved in this?
Normally, we stay away from holding briefs for every staff, because as we know, out of every 12, you are likely to find a Jesus, but likely also to find a Judas. So we are not in a hurry to say it is not our staff. But we are also quick to indicate that You see, it is easy to say, oh, it's the office that did it, the office that did it. But I'd like to ask a very harmless and humble question. All our technicians, our engineers, our maintenance mechanics attended the various technical schools and universities at various times with others.
Right.
It is not all their cohorts that are in the employ of NEDCo. So where are the rest? They are in the communities. And so it could have been done by an electrician, not necessarily a NEDCo staff, not necessarily a non-NEDCo staff. And that's why we urge that we investigate and get to the bottom of it.
So the manager of the hotel is unable to tell you which among his staff did this? And as he was paying just 1 Ghana cedis for electricity, he kept enjoying it until this matter came to light.
Well, the impression created is that he was making the money available to that person. It is that person who was not paying it. But at this point,
based on what reading exactly?
Help us unravel.
Mr. Kutuka, based on what reading? Based on what bill and what reading was he paying?
Well, you see, it's a prepaid meter, so
okay.
he was paying upfront. And the question, your question, if you permit me, rightly put, would be: was he not seeing the receipts, or was he not demanding the receipts? Because it's a prepaid facility, and so there won't be bills coming. But once you give the money for payments, ordinarily you want to see the receipts that, oh, well, I gave 5,000, 4,000 has been bought.
Okay.
And there is a change of that kind of thing. So it's a legitimate question, except that maybe it's not about bills, but it should be about receipts. And I expect the police to ask those questions.
All right. So because of time, so what is NEDCo doing to arrest this particular situation? Apart from the hotel, are there other people you are investigating?
Well, my brother, it will be rather naive for me to now tell you we are investigating 4, 5, 6, 10 people. All I can say, and with very definite certainty, is that we are on the lookout. So please be careful. What is happening is that we started a mass revenue mobilization and loss control exercise at the beginning of the month in April. But we had some challenges, especially in Tamale, and stakeholders met. We have judged and agreed. We have come to a gentleman's conclusion that as for illegal connection, it is illegal, and so we cannot negotiate it, we can't trade it. So all the parties have agreed that we continue to do our checks for illegal or unauthorized connections.
All right.
But for debt collection or revenue mobilization, we have again all agreed based on the inputs of the regional minister to stay down that for the next couple of weeks. We will start in May when adequate sensitization has gone round. But for the illegal checks, we are going on with those ones. And the Dadingbe is only one example. Right. I am pretty sure that sooner than later, the others will come on board.
All right, Mr. Master Kutuka, thank you so much. He's the Director Manager in charge of corporate affairs with NEDCo.